Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird, bird, bird. The bird's a word. Oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. Bird is a word. Oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. Well, a bird is a word. Oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. The bird's a word.
I had to beat that light. My bad, guys. But I didn't want to try to hit brakes. I was already going. I hate lights. Like, don't you hate when you're not going that fast, but you're going too fast to the point, like, you're right there at the light, and then it decides to turn yellow, and you're like, fuck. Now I gotta gear down, and I gotta rev match, and then I gotta, you just gotta brake and hit, you gotta simultaneously front and rear brake. I just hate that. That's why I sped up right there, guys. Come on, lady. Stop arguing with your boyfriend or your mom or whoever that is and drive. Alright, so we just left Mountain Motorsports in Kennesaw. Like I said, this is what Chase did his first review ride on the GSXR 600 2015 model with the ugly ass scheme for a paint job. I'm sorry, but that was ugly. Look, see? That's stuff you gotta pay attention for. They could have caused that Honda to wreck, and that Honda would have wrecked, and I would have ran into the back of that Honda. Assholes. But yeah, so now we're leaving that Mountain Motorsports, and we're gonna go to another Mountain Motorsports, and possibly just another motorcycle shop in general. If you're from Atlanta, then 9 times out of 10 you heard of Wild Motorsports. That's where a lot of people in Atlanta just get great used motorcycles. You know, a lot of people think that they're overpriced, and they are sometimes, but the best thing about them is if you get something from them, they're known to back their product up, even though it's used. So if you get something and you have issues, you have problems with it, they're definitely going to take care of you. Without a shadow of a doubt. That's hands down. Go up there if you guys ever go up there, go and make sure you see James. James will take care of you. James is the man. Shout out to James and Wild Motorcycles. I need a sponsorship if you see this. You know, I shout out lots of places that I go to. If I go to a place and I get excellent customer service and I get excellent service just around, period, then I'm going to be a fanboy of that place. Hands down, regardless of what it is. Just because, you know, I believe in good business. I do good business, so I would hope that anywhere I go, they do good business. Speaking of good business, let me tell you guys a story about Jet's Pizza. Woo, boy. So, this girl by the name of Dana, she went out and she got me a boat from Jet's Pizza. Now this place, look at that Lamborghini that was wrecked. There was a chrome Lambo all wrecked up, somebody trying to show out. Anyway, she went to get me a boat, which is like a calzone at Jet's. And we go to the Jet's all the time. So when she brings it to me, I open it up, it's burnt. And so I'm like, dang, this thing burnt. So I call the Jet's Pizza. And I won't say the location because if something ever happens, they'll try to say it was me, and it wasn't, because it's just pizza. If it were money, it might be a different story. But anyway, so I call, I'm like, listen, you know, somebody just came from up there, they brought me a boat back, and it's burnt. And, no, they had the audacity, the guy that I spoke to, and he wouldn't tell me his name, but I'll get into that later. I'll tell you that part later. So he was like, no, sir, your boat isn't burnt. As a matter of fact, I saw it come out the oven personally, and I know for a fact it's not burnt. That's how boats look. And I said, okay, you got it. You're right. Listen, to me, as me being a customer, I get boats all the time, and they've never looked like this. And I think this boat is burnt. I was like, if you like, I'll send you a picture, and then I'll show you to me that it's burnt. I mean, you can clearly see in the picture that I took around the edges, and I might add the picture to the vlog so you can see. But you can clearly see that it was burnt. And so he was like, no, it's not. And I was like, all right. I sent the picture again. He was like, yeah, definitely send the picture, though. Let me look at it. And then I sent the picture, and he was like, sir, are you kidding me? This boat is how boats look all the time. I was like, listen, no, it's not. I was like, but if you feel that way, I was like, if that's how you want to do business, and I understand that, I won't complain. But I said, I definitely think this boat is burnt. And I said, I really want to rectify the situation, but I don't want to come all the way back up there to be, waste my time and waste my gas for a $6 calzone. What's the point? Well, sir, that's the only way that we're going to do anything for you. If you bring it back up here, and then we'll make you another one, but it's probably going to look the same. So by this time, I'm getting a little bit upset because he's getting a little buck on the phone. And when you get buck like that, I feel like if you get buck like that, then you need to be able to get buck like that in person, because I will definitely have no fears for that. So he's like, yeah, well, I was like, listen, man, I tell you what, this conversation's over, I guess, because if you don't feel like you need to rectify the situation without me coming up there, what can I do? I said, I'll just take it from there, and I'll go to other measures. Me meaning that I'll call, like, corporate and send a letter or something like that along those lines. His ass, oh, well, yeah, I guess this conversation's over then, guy. And I was like, okay, what's your name? He didn't tell me his name. He hung up on me in my face. You talking about hot. I was so hot. Look at this shit. Jackass. I was so mad. I was like, bet. I did. I jumped in one of the trucks and went up there. I was like, all right. So I walk in there, and there's this kid leaving. And I thought it was him. I was like, hey, you the one that I just talked to on the phone that tried to get bucked? And so the manager came out. He was like, oh, no, what's going on? And I was like, oh, is it you that I talked to? Who was it that I talked to that wanted to get super bucked like that on the phone? Now, I'm here now. So let's see. Let's get it. And so then they got all humble at that point when they were face to face. And I told the dude, I was like, listen, I don't appreciate how I was spoken to on the phone over a damn calzone. I just don't appreciate that. I feel like I called to rectify a situation, and you were very rude and belligerent, whoever it was I spoke to. And I said, I feel like if you do that over the phone, you should have the nuts to do it in person. To make a long story short, they wouldn't tell me who it was that was talking all hype and got all live. But they ended up remaking my calzone, and then they ended up giving me a coupon for another pizza and a free soda. So I was happy with that. But the whole situation pissed me off. Like, I went up there, I was hot. I was super mad. But it's all good, though. At least they made it right. And I still probably send a letter to the corporate and send pictures and let them know how I was treated, because I just don't feel like that was right. That's not good business. And I love practicing good business tactics. All right, so we're here. Let's go in WoW and check them out. See what they got going on in here.
Mama.